Hi guys, a very good morning to class 5. How are you all doing? I hope you all are at home, staying safe, cleaning your hands in time, and keeping your social distancing. Don't have to keep social distancing with your family. Just you have to be safe and keep yourself clean and eat good, healthy food and stay safe. So, rest everything is going to be fine. Don't have to worry about it. But be very careful. So if we would have been careful before, we could have fought this. So anyways, I hope you have gone through the last videos which most probably has helped you out. I just want to go ahead with I'm going to go with the past what we did. I'll just review it once again. I'll brief it up and we'll go to the next chapter, that is the equatorial forest regions. Okay. So I hope you guys have had your breakfast, you're fit and fine and strong, and is the writing going on? I guess you have to do a page of writing every day. Please, as I explained to you earlier also about how do you have to do your studies. You have to do your studies. See, you have to get into don't get out of the habit of not studying. So get into the habit of make it a habit in your life. You have to make it a habit. And I'll come back later. I want to give some explanations to you. I don't know if I'm too fast, if you're able to understand or not. But anyways, I'll make sure you understand. So let's start with what we did in the last class. Okay, we were on the movements of the earth, right? So we had, I have given you the questions. What are the two important movements of the earth? Explain. The two movements of the earths are rotation and revolution. The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation. The movement of the earth around the sun is called the revolution. It causes day and night, it causes seasons. It takes 24 hours or 1 day to complete one rotation. It takes 365 1/4 days or 1 year to complete one revolution. Clear? Great. So how are seasons caused? Seasons are caused due to the revolution of the earth and the tilt on the earth's axis. Question: which are the four main seasons? Summer, spring, winter, autumn. Okay. What are the spring and autumnal equinoxes? On 21st March and 23rd September, the sun is directly over the head of the equator and the earth experiences spring equator and autumnal equinox on these 2 days respectively. Explain the position of the earth during summer solstice with the help of a diagram. I have shown this diagram to you also. Polar days, 6 months a day, the Arctic Circle, the Tropic of Cancer, the equator, 12 hours daylight and 10.5 hours daylight. I have given you this with a glossary of how things are happening. You please follow that diagram. Then we have the temperate zones of the world. The temperate zones of the world are not very hot and not very cold. I have told you, explain this. I have told you about the altitudes. It depends upon the sea, how far you are away from the sea, how far it depends upon the winds, and it depends upon the altitude also. So the parallel latitudes, it depends upon the latitudes also. There are three types of heat zones: the torrid, the temperate, and the frigid zone. I have explained you all. I have shown you a picture also. The torrid zone, I have told you, it's the hottest place. The temperature zone has got always rain and it's hot and sticky. And then I had 5 questions for you actually. What kind of climate do the temperate zones have? How many heat zones does the earth have? Give one reason why rays that fall at a slant give less heat. Why is the torrid zone much hotter than the frigid zones? Write a difference between temperate zone and frigid zone. Okay. Then I gave you what are the 5 major climatic zones. The global climates are often divided into 5 types. That's tropical, dry, temperate, cold, and polar. I have given you all these. Heat zones, you know what are the 3 heat zones. Just now I said frigid, temperate, and the torrid zone. There's another drawing. There is another drawing and there's another drawing. Okay, so there are around about 4-5 drawings which I have given it to you on the PDF. You must have seen it by now and it will be helpful for you. Secondly is then we come to the climate. Okay, what are the factors that affect the climate of a place? The factors that affect the climate of a place are latitudes or distance of a place from the equator, altitude, just now I said, distance from the sea, wind and humidity. Okay, on what basis has the earth been divided into a temperate, or rather we can say a temperature zone? Okay, the earth has been divided into temperature zone on the basis of intensity of heat received from the sun by a particular place. All these answers are given to you. I am giving you these answers. I want you to solve them yourselves, and rest I am going to give you everything, so you don't have to worry. So describe the torrid zone. How do we describe the torrid zone? The torrid zone is also known as hot zone, as it receives the direct rays of the sun. It extends from the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north till Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree, that's towards the south. It is divided into North Torrid Zone and the South Torrid Zone. It has tropical climate. I had explained to you what is tropical climate. By evening 4 o'clock it starts raining, isn't it? So what is the extent of the temperature zones? Now what is the extent? I had told you from where to where, from which Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle, and between the Arctic Circle, that gap is called the temperature zones. The temperate zone is divided into North Temperate Zone and South Temperate Zone. I have explained this. The North Temperate Zone extends from Tropic of Cancer, that's 23.5, to Arctic Circle. The distance from 23.5 to Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north, that is the temperate zones of the North Temperate Zone towards the Tropic of Cancer. What will be the south one if Tropic of Cancer is the north? So the Tropic of Capricorn is going to be from the south. So from Tropic of Capricorn till 66.5 degrees south, the Antarctic Circle, that is called the temperate zone. After that it becomes the frigid zone. If you come inside before the 23.5 south, you will come into the torrid zone. Correct? Why is life difficult in the frigid zone? Life in frigid zone is difficult because of the cold. In some parts the ground is permanently covered with ice. So there is no chance of getting anything. So ice is very bad, it can bite you. You get frostbitten. You don't get proper water. Weather is always dry and extensive cold. You have to keep yourself heavily warm. To what extent does altitude, or rather altitude, influence climate? Now what did I say? I had given you the example of Siliguri to Darjeeling, which was traveling, and I had given you the climate, how it suddenly changes, and the weather changes because we go into a much more colder climate, because we are leaving our sea level, the height of the sea level increases, right? Another factor that influences climate in altitude is the height above sea level. As I had explained you that story traveling by car, the higher we go, the colder it gets. Areas that are located at a high altitude have a cold climate. We know that most of the mountain peaks are covered with ice, particularly in winter. This is because the temperature at higher altitude is very low. Inside the fridge, the temperature goes very low, so there is ice forms, so automatically the temperature on the Himalayas are very low, so ice forms there also. If you see the fridge, you will come to know your deep freezer starts getting ice because the temperature goes below 2-3 degrees. Okay, so what is the difference between weather and climate? Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular place and time. Weather may even change from morning to evening. Weather affects us in many ways. For example, we choose our clothes according to the weather. Weather also affects our daily activities. Suppose it's hot, suddenly you see clouds coming and you need an umbrella. or you get wet, again you have to change, you have to wear your what do you say, raincoat. When I was staying in Pune, in the morning it used to be hot, in the evening I had to wear a wind cheater because it used to get very cool at night. And suddenly again you start sweating after 10 o'clock in the night, it gets hot again. So that is how a weather changes from place and time. Climate is the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. Climate also affects our way of life. It influences our clothing, housing, transportation and the food we eat. For example, European countries have a cold climate. People in these countries eat a lot of fat to keep warm. Some regions are hot and wet throughout the year. So weather changes from day to day while climate remains the same year after year. Why do different regions have different types of climate? Now that is a very good question. Like why do different regions have different type of climates? Different regions have different type of climates because there are factors influencing the climate. What are the factors I told you? Latitudes or altitudes. The latitudes between the latitudes between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer depends upon, it's on the northern hemisphere because it's the hottest region of the world. Height above sea level, that altitude comes in, and wind, distance from the sea, humidity, okay. Latitude, heat makes the area between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and the hottest regions in the world. Okay? Yes. Direct heat makes the area between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere the hottest regions in the world. Height above sea level. Another factor that influences climate is altitude, as I told you, or height being above sea level. The higher we go, the colder it gets. Areas that are located at a high altitude have a cold climate. Wind. Places are also affected by different wind systems. Wind is caused by the uneven heating of the air around the earth. Warm winds raise the temperature of places while cold winds lower the temperature, means it becomes cooler. Warm air rises and is replaced by cool air. Wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. Distance from the sea. Places close to the sea have a moderate type of climate as compared to those located in the interior, comparatively slower than land. Okay. Now if we are far away, like Bihar, right now we are in Bihar, we are far away from the sea, so it gets more hotter. But if we go close to the sea, we get the cold wind. Suppose if we go to Mumbai now, or if we go to Chennai, or if we go to Goa, or we go to any if we go to Andhra Pradesh, if we go to Vizag, Visakhapatnam, it will be much more cooler there because the cooler winds come in closer to the sea people who stay there. Okay, so we have this. And what is humidity? Humidity is the presence of moisture in the air. Thus, the degree of humidity of a place is related to the distance from the sea. If you are closer to the sea, the moisture is more. You will have sweating more. Okay, why are some areas very humid? So I'll give the answer for that. These are known as the hot or torrid tropical climates are found in these areas. As we move away from the equator, the sun rays get diffused towards the pole. The sun's rays strike the earth at a slant. In the northern hemisphere, these are known as the tundras and they have a polar climate. Okay. So we'll keep it till there. I'll come back in the next video. Okay. And we'll talk about this in a much more, I'll explain it in a much more easier way for you so that you can understand. All these questions will be given to you. So I'll come back in the next video and see you soon. Take care till then. Bye.